Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is Forbes staff writer, Zach Everson. Zach, thanks for coming on.
Always a pleasure, Brittany.
You're reporting that Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is on the hunt for a new campaign manager. And this potentially could stem from an ethics investigation surrounding her 2021 Met Gala appearance. Before we get into the campaign manager, can you tell us what the investigation found?
Sure. In September 2021, as everybody probably knows, AOC famously or infamously went to the Met Gala wearing that tax the rich dress. And that appearance led to a couple ethics complaints. And then the Office of Congressional Ethics, which is a nonpartisan office of all government employees, no elected politicians in it, launched an investigation. And the results of that just came out publicly, in that they said it looks like there's substantial reason to believe that AOC may have violated ethics laws by accepting impermissible gifts. And what's at issue there is not going to the gala itself, but the fact that for her dress, her hairstyling, her makeup, transportation to the gala, and a couple other services, she did not pay for those until about 5 months after the gala, after the Office of Congressional Ethics launched its investigation. And they even say in the report, if we haven't launched the investigations, it seems possible she may have never paid for this. So that is what caused this.
So now let's fast forward to now. Where does the campaign manager come into play in this story?
So Representative Ocasio-Cortez testified was interviewed by the investigators and said she had delegated a campaign staffer to do this. And the campaign staffer was going to use the congresswoman's personal credit card to take care of it, but just never did it. And the campaign staffer, who was identified as the campaign manager in the transcript, agreed and gave up a variety of reasons why she didn't get to it.
Do we know those reasons?
Yes, they are. For the dress, she wasn't sure if the invoice was final or not. There was a lot of going back and forth. The designer, Brother Vellies, is not used to creating dresses to be rented, so they weren't really sure how to price it. Took them a little bit to figure that out. And then the makeup, I believe, just fell off her radar. And the hairstyling, similarly, the hairstylist threatened to take them to New York, file a complaint with the New York Bureau over the unpaid bill. So the other issue that the campaign manager said was that she did not actually have access to the credit card when she needed it to pay.
So how long after was the staffer let go from AOC's team?
We don't know exactly. The campaign spokesperson for AOC just said the staffer is no longer with us. Wouldn't give me any other details, confirming that it is the campaign manager, which essentially is confirmed in the documents. Wouldn't say if it was related specifically or if there was some other reason. Didn't want to comment on staffing, just said the staffer's no longer with us. The ad for a campaign manager showed up sometime on or before early February. We found that out by taking the link to it. And there's a way you can search Google to see when Google first indexed a page, and it came back as early February there.
Let's talk about the job description now. What does it look like? What are some of the responsibilities listed? How much is the salary?
It looks like a lot of work and not a ton of money, especially if you're supposed to live in New York City. I believe the salary is $120,000 to $165,000 a year. They're looking for somebody who's on the ground in New York City. Bonus if they can speak Spanish. A lot of partnering with the candidate to design and oversee campaign strategy and overseeing compliance as well. Although the job description does not mention that the compliance involves making sure the hairstylist is paid on time.
Zach, is this pay comparable to other campaign managers in similar roles, or is this more higher the profile of the lawmaker?
This appears to be comparable for people of her stature who are bringing in her level of money. She does have a full-time campaign manager, and that's something they said in the job ad, and I believe it also came up in the testimony, whereas not all campaigns do. For example, Steve King, the former congressman Republican congressman from Iowa, he had his son, I believe, as his campaign manager, and it did not look like a full-time endeavor at all for them. But AOC is very specific that there is somebody who they are looking for somebody full-time, and that makes sense. I think she has a pretty easy chance of getting reelected. She's not really going to be contested in a primary. It's a very Democratic district, but AOC has a lot of things going on. So you are going to want to have a campaign staffer who is with you for full time to take care of it, or at least help take care of it.
So is this person just working on her reelection 24/7?
That should be their only job. I mean, they might be moonlighting. You know, they could certainly be doing some other stuff, but it is a full-time job just focusing on her reelection. But it involves other things, as we're seeing here with the Met Gala. When she decided to accept the invitation, the testimony says that they talked about whether this should be something from the office should be handling or whether it should be something the campaign was handling, and they decided the campaign was going to handle it. So, you know, here you have an event in 2021 that all of a sudden the campaign manager was supposed to be overseeing.
Got it. Zach Everson, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.